Hello, hello. Hello everyone. Selamat petang. Apa khabar semua? How are you guys doing? Macam mana hari korang hari ni? Okey, tak okey? Tak berak, tak berak? Anyway, welcome to the stream people. Kita sambung Starrail punya stream. That's right. Kita nak sambung yang quest ni dan lagi satu kemungkinan kita akan sambung sekejap. Kemungkinan kita akan sambung quest ni. Kita buat sekali dengan quest ni. Tahulah macam mana. So anyway, let's go and do the quest. Semua yang terlihat dan sigma. Aku ternyanyi lagu tu.
Hi, Club Quintet.
This haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is...
Hey, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? The Cienjo is known for its tea culture and hospitality, but you're not treating me like a guest at all. Seriously, am I not a guest?
Orang ni lagi.
Dear guest.
Stop! Don't call me a guest. You're not even treating me as one. I want my tea just right. Not too hot, not too cold, but the tea you served was either freezing or scalding! Is this how you treat your guest on the Cienjo? How fantastic! Your tea tastes like slop, and you even have the nerve to charge me for it! Are you trying to scam honest folks? And that name, the Sleepless Earl, it's so hard to remember. How about we give you a new plaque that says, Cienjo Slop? It suits this place better, don't you think?
Yep.
Stop! You've gone too far.
Oh, who's that trying to be a hero?
It's me, March 7th. Cause more trouble and I'll show you who your mommy is. Wait, that sounded lame. Hey, say something for me.
Your ancestor.
That's right. I'm your ancestor.
Never heard of you. Now scurry back to wherever you crawled out from.
Mr. Scott, I'm Yenching, a Cloud Knight lieutenant. We've met before, and I suggest you stop causing trouble.
Trouble? Ha! I'm just giving some feedback as a regular customer. The tea here is terrible, and now the Cloud Knights want to stop me from complaining about it? At this rate, who would want to ever come here for tea in the future?
A regular customer? You?
Yeah, what else would I be? The Cienjo's prisoner?
Anyway, if you're trying to bully this young lady, You'd better watch out for the weapon in my hand.
Huh? Oh, that really scares me. Come on. You're not seriously trying to take my life with that piece of scrap metal, are you?
Tunggu kejap be right back. Okay, sambung.
Scrap metal? This is my sword! I'm here.
Sword play? Oh, I get it now. It's just another kind of play, right? That explains why you're dressed like you're in a show. You're not even from the Xianzhou, so why bother learning their sword play? If you're feeling unsafe, I can sell you an IPC mech.
Ha! As if anyone wants your junkyard scrap mechs!
Looks like you guys are totally clueless. Well, guess it's time to show these bumpkins something serious.
Just a reminder, IPC members, street fighting on the Xianzhou Lafu is prohibited.
Make any funny moves, and I'll smash that scrap metal.
Hey, relax. I know the rules. These are my subordinates. They got stuck here because of the transport ship incident, and they need to vent their frustration. In the end, it's all the Xianzhou's fault. Well, I could overlook the terrible tea, but now that you're questioning my security, I can't let it slide. After all, I have a courier business to run, and with so many clients watching, that just wouldn't look too good now, would it? Instead of wasting your life learning useless swordplay, why not invest in our civilian mechs? You'll have your master kneeling and begging for mercy in no time.
In your dream.
Stop! Don't you dare insult Xianzhou swordplay like that! If you have the guts, I'll show your mechs what I can do.
Huh? A fight, you say? Now that you've thrown down the gauntlet, March 7th, I feel I'm obliged to accept your challenge. Say whatever you want, but once you've seen what our mechs can do, you'll be practically begging us for them. Oh, come on! How could I say no to a bet? So, I can see you're no master yet, March, but I'll play fair. You go back and learn swordplay from your teachers here, and in 15 days, I'll come find you and challenge you with my mechs.
Only 15 days? All right. Fine.
And if you lose, you'll have to bark like a dog in public and shout, "Xianzhou swordplay is a total joke!" You'll stand at the entrance of our room alley and say it to everyone passing by. Oh, and if that's the case, just forget about your master and become my apprentice instead. I'll teach you how to pilot a mech.
And if I win?
I'll become your apprentice?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't like you.
Okay, how about this? If I lose, I'll squeal like a pig in public and say, IPC mechs are a total joke! And I'll even print that on every mech on the transport ship.
Deal. So he just changed barking into squealing, and that's supposed to be a deeper story.
Squealing isn't enough. You also need to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl and take back what you said about Xianzhou's swordplay.
Fine, fine, I get it. But you've got to actually beat me with that little scrap of metal first. You all heard it, right? We'll meet again in 15 days. Let's go.
We see about that.
Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you all for your timely help. The shop facing a bit of flack from visitors is a minor issue, but Miss March's decisions to challenge him is serious. I feel responsible as if the shop has inconvenienced you.
Don't worry. I can't stand by and watch someone be bullied. I have to stand up against injustice, no matter what.
Not only do you speak like a hero from an immersia, but you also have a kind heart. Your charisma has completely won me over, Miss March.
I'm not quite a hero. Yet.
Oh, I know you're here for the tea ceremony. Please come inside.
Thanks for the invitation, but right now, I just want to focus on practicing swordplay. Masters, let's save the tea for later.
Sure, the tea can wait for now. However, I have a question, Miss March. How confident are you about the bet you just made?
Come on, how could I possibly lose?
You're right. It seems she really hasn't considered anything. I don't see any issue with it. Let March give it a shot. As long as she trains diligently, I believe she can easily deal with that hunk of IPC scrap metal.
Yep. Shit, tak nak keluar. Okay.
As long as she trains diligently.
I'm now filled with determination, Masters! I'll learn swordplay well and teach that guy a lesson! You're my most trusted friend. You'll be my assistant teacher, and make sure I learn swordplay properly.
As you wish. Do I get paid?
Hey, when have I ever treated you poorly? Masters, Miss Teaching Assistant, let's go back and start the training now.
Okay.
I'm planning on quitting my job.
Aku nyanyi lagu tu. Aku tak ingat original lirik dah. Tak guna punya channel Alpha.
That IPC guy will show up in 15 days. I've gotta become a swordmaster by then.
Becoming a swordmaster in a mere 15 days is quite challenging.
But we can't lose our momentum, Master Yunli.
Momentum alone will only keep you going for about 3 days. If you really want to stick with it, you need a solid plan.
No worries. I've found my professional teaching assistant to help me organize the lessons, so there won't be any problems. sword masters. If not in me, at least place your faith in her, my trusty sidekick.
Miss
Excuse
March is
me?
really passionate about learning swordplay, and now she has a clear goal in mind. That's a good thing for her. There are many ways to defeat villains, but if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. I hope you will always remember this, Miss March.
Got it. It's all etched into my memory.
Since you've got that in mind, it's time for me to set some targets for you.
Please go ahead, Master Yunli.
We'll have 3 exams during these 15 days. If you pass our tests, those pieces of IPC scrap won't stand a chance. But if you fail,
That would mean Yoon Lee is a terrible teacher.
Bruh.
And if that's the case,
Hey,
I
yo,
hope you will
Hachi
force
Ball?
yourself to take
What
on
the
the
heck?
challenge, Miss March.
hey, you are the terrible teacher here.
I understand. In the Immersia, the disciple and the master share both honor and disgrace. If the apprentice fails,
I
the
don't remember
master loses face too.
There's someone named Heihachi Ball
Well,
in the
There
chat.
aren't that many customs on the
In
Xianzhou.
TikTok.
I'm just worried about you getting hurt.
But as long as you practice diligently and pass the tests, we'll feel confident about your duel. Now, let's go back to the first question I asked you. I'm sure you found a reason to wield your sword, right, Miss March?
Absolutely! I wield my sword to become a hero. I want to fight for justice, punish the wicked, and make them quiver in fear and run away when they see me.
Then keep that fire burning and learn with all your heart.
You haven't said much, Miss Teaching Assistant. Any suggestions before we officially start training? Exactly! I prefer the cool, calm, and ruthless way of doing things. That's my kind of... that's enough chit-chat for now. Don't forget to keep an eye on my swordplay practice.
Pass the first sword trial.
Let's do this!
All right. Okay, jadi dulu.
I learned so much today.
Mhm.
But did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. I'll fight 10!
Mm,
What do you recommend?
I don't think so.
day 2. I mean day 3. Oh. Oi,
Another
Amy.
new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out.
I see Annie in the chat. Apa khabar? Siap. Siap.
Let's do this.
How are you doing, sister?
How should I go about this? That's enough training for today.
Just kidding.
I need
What do
time
you
to
mean?
absorb everything.
Today, you'll face your first test. It's all about the basics.
Oh, I know. It's a float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right?
That's
Oh, you got
boxing? But
Akong dia kena
close
filter.
enough, I guess.
Why are you trying to
Grasping the
check?
basics is crucial to mastering swordplay, Miss March. Focus on wielding your sword properly,
Satsi.
making your thrusts swift and strikes brisk.
And parries should be fluid and nimble. Got it.
See?
Horn.
Even March
No.
is getting bored of your rambling.
No.
But I'm actually not bored at all.
Miss March is still a novice. so I'm giving her some tips on the basics to help her better understand them. Neglecting the basics will only make you vulnerable in a fight. Even for an extraordinary sword master like you, Yunli.
Just focus on your teaching. Why bring me into this?
What? Didn't General Huyan offer you any guidance?
Looks like your general hasn't told you to stop hopping around like a sparrow in a fight, huh?
Mori is my nephew, don't take him, okay? Nah, not gonna happen. Tunggu jap, be right back. Đấy siapa? Bunuh dia imposter yang kau sebut tukar senang. Halo.
Miss March has been learning the basics of swordplay, and now it's time to put her knowledge to the test.
Unsheath your swords and show me what you've got, March.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword.
Yay. Thank you for the hot me, Annie. Let's go.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. What's this? Azure Dragon, White Tiger, eating less carbs. Watch this!
Okay.
Now watch
Okay, I nak tengok rule boot heal. What? What? Hey yo.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
Hey yo, Annie, what the hell? LL to just join the stream. Welcome to my account.
Looks like I passed the test, right?
Yeah. Well done. You passed with flying colors.
Great! Hey, hurry up and congratulate me. Ah, jeez, you sound just like those parents on the Sien show. Can't I get some praise now?
Blah.
I couldn't have done it without my masters and you, Miss Teaching Assistant. So if I were to take on that IPC guy now, what would you say are my chances?
You already have a martial arts background and plenty of real combat experience. With swordplay guidance from me and Yunli, if you were to challenge the IPC's security mechs now, I believe...
You wouldn't stand a chance.
Yunli's... right.
No chance? Hey, are you trying to crush my confidence? I'm the kind of girl who performs better when I'm showered with praise, just so you know. Wait, are you saying my swordplay still isn't good enough?
Kinda.
I thought teaching March was just something of a hobby, but now, actually seeing her progress gives me a sense of accomplishment.
Oh, really? So now you finally acknowledge her talent, Master Yunli? Don't worry, Miss March. I've been serious about teaching you from the start.
Oh, don't try to cause a rift between us. Every move and technique I taught March is straight from the Juming art of swordplay.
15 days of training is short, Miss March. Whether you pass or fail this test, I hope you'll continue with the basics, because that's your best shot at winning. After every test, the General would take me to the Artisanship Commission for sword maintenance. Let's go, Miss March. Today, I'll follow the General's example as a way of acknowledging your progress.
Thank you, Master Yenqing.
In the dark corner.
So,
Inuloko.
have you found any information about her?
Yeah, that girl is one of the nameless on the Astral Express. Oh, she's no pushover. Don't you think this bet's a bit too risky?
Yeah, it is. So what? Have you seen those big shots in the Strategic Investment Department? Do they ever make safe bets? She thinks she can fool me by flying under the radar? You there! Get me the most powerful mech we've got!
Understood. Checking the inventory now.
Now I'm curious to see what this 15-day crash course apprentice is really capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all.
Aku kena berhenti nyanyi lagu tu.
I learned so much today. Wonder what I'll run into today.
Hua hua. No. Ah. I'm back. Welcome back. Let me give you 1K like. Alright. Alright. Alright.
How should I go about this? All swords and no play makes March a dull girl, you know. That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything. Wonder what I'll run into today.
It's spamming that like. Hello, hello, welcome to the server, welcome, selamat datang.
Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out.
Are you gonna push for a show? We see about that. We see
What
about
do you
that.
recommend? Okay.
Si Yame forcing the target. Yeah.
Time for your second test. I'll be your examiner this time, and I'll be testing your ability to defeat enemies with unconventional moves. Grandpa always said that everything can be a sword, and that there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in this vast world. If you want to defeat your opponent, you'll need your own secret move.
Oh.
Speaking of secret moves, I've prepared some flaming
Eh,
potent
thank you
tea.
for roti canai.
Huh?
Jatari.
Is that the flaming potent tea from Arumali?
You got it! I saw this immersion where the hero drank the flaming potent tea and started stumbling and shaking all over the place. But then he managed to defeat his father's murderer with his drunken swordplay.
Good example. Do you know how to do the drunken swordplay?
No. I figured I could just learn it by drinking flaming potent tea.
That's not how it works in real life, Miss March.
Absolutely. I've learned a lot from my adventures.
I've heard you've traveled a lot, Miss March. I'm excited to see how you incorporate your experiences into your swordplay moves.
Your opponent this time is similar to the IPC mechs. Unsheath your swords and give it everything you've got.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready.
Okay. Sekejap Okay, jom. Let's do this.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what's this?
Lower your weapon.
Awesome! Now watch this!
Treasonous.
Not very sporty, yeah! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what's this? Ugh.
Commencing pacification.
Yeah!
Lower your weapon.
Oh, I get it! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what's this?
Nice. Nice. Buang semua skibidi antara dia
Those moves
dan
were pretty
Sima.
unconventional.
Kamu
But the way you blended them into your swordplay was impressive. It's like you've developed your own unique style, Miss March. So, I thought you were just wasting your time traveling around with Yun Lee's encouragement. But it seems like,
Well,
Apa khabar Neko?
looks like
Rambut nampak
someone's
kau.
finally seeing sense.
Benda kau
Thank
nyanyi.
you both for your guidance.
Kena virus brain
Did
rot
I pass
channel
the
apa
test?
tu je.
Without a doubt, you aced it.
Awesome! Hey, Miss Teaching Assistant. Isn't it about time you showered
Yes.
me with praise?
Tolong. Aku tak boleh bawa keluar benda tu dah depan aku. Aku terscroll bawah kena dengar ni. What?
I won't be modest this time.
Kau tengok apa?
My skills have improved by leaps and bounds.
General Jing Yuan
Kau
once
tengok
told
apa?
me that everyone has the potential to be my master. Not just Cloud Knight instructors, but also artists and outsiders.
Kawan aku. Oh.
Actually, I was once convinced by Guinaifen into swallowing a sword. That's definitely not something you learn from regular practice.
So, What do you think your odds are, March?
Na atas balik, bueh. Okay.
Maybe around 30 or 40%? Well, I've gained a deeper understanding of swordplay,
Yeah,
and I'm
20K.
more
Let's
aware of my own
go.
strengths now. By the way, in those Emergia stories, the sword masters always hide their true strength before a decisive battle.
Adik Edo lah. Welcome. Selamat datang.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
From the test, I can tell that you still need some time to master your
Tak tutup
sword.
aurat. Astaga.
But you did pretty well. Milk tea is on me today.
Yeah!
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The progress report on the nameless girl's sword training is complete. What should I do now, Specialist Scott?
Apa khabar Edo? Macam
Are you
mana?
being
Macam
sarcastic or
mana
something?
ni? How's your day?
I
How's your
mean,
life? Dah
Don't
berak
I
ke
have
belum? Dah makan
other
ke belum?
important tasks to do? It feels like a bit of a
Oh
waste
my
of
God.
time to keep tabs on some random girl's swordplay training.
Apa dia?
A waste of time? No! This is about safeguarding the reputation of the IPC.
Copyright nampak
Honoring
line
Ember
aku.
Lord.
Hahaha. What?
Are you saying that March 7th can actually take down an Arumaton from the
Lain kau,
Artisanship
apa benda?
Commission with a sword? Come on, an Arumaton is no match for our state-of-the-art mechs. Go and strengthen our mechs even further. I refuse to believe that little sliver of metal can actually challenge our cutting-edge technology.
But the armor's already pretty thick.
No, it's not enough. Reinforce it more. If I lose face, it's like losing face for the IPC and the Ember Lord.
Panjangnya.
Can we
What?
afford to let that happen?
Understood.
Lembing dia. Okey, baiklah. Boleh tak aku keluar kejap? Aku nak tengok reward. Aku nak claim reward. Save and exit. Kau buat dia skip di antara sigma. Aku tak ingat lirik. Apa original lirik? Aku tak ingat. I blame Gen Alpha for this. Amsha Mobaris, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. Selamat datang. Afi tak speedy canon for real release. Help me.
What do you recommend? Huh? I learned so much today.
No, you
Well
like
done,
Skibidi.
me.
No, I don't like Skibidi. Get this virus out of my head, please.
Wonder what I'll run into today.
Hell no. No. No, get this virus out of my head. Stop the freaking skibidi Rizzler Phantom text. Okay. Yang ku sebut tu kesenat.
Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword. I'll fight 10! That's enough training for today. I need... I'll fight 10! How should I go about this? Okay. Wonder what I'll run into today.
Nak tengok you main easy. Maybe next update. Tak tahu, maybe. I don't know. Buang semua skibidi antara ia dan Sigma. Kau bunuh dia, impostor yang kau sebut tu kesenat. Aku nak skibidi giat. No. No, I don't want that.
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all.
Aku nak speedy yet. No. No. I don't want that. Enough for the skibidi toilet stuff.
Let's do this.
Yeah, sing more, bring raise some more. No, I don't want that. No, Kutana. I don't want the brain rot.
Before we start the
irritating
test,
me.
there's something I need to tell you, Miss March. I've received a challenge letter from Scott. He's made thorough preparations, contacting the Realm Keeping Commission, and getting approval for a martial arts exchange event. He even chose Arumali as the venue. Seems like he has some connections there. However, according to the rules, the person receiving the challenge letter has the right to decline the challenge.
Declining would be like admitting defeat. Of course I'll accept it.
But before that, you need to pass the final test, the graduation exam.
I'm surprised too.
Well, it's not really graduation. It's just that the opponent for this exam is your master, Yenqing.
When General Jing Yuan was teaching me swordplay, he used to personally spar with me during crucial moments to assess my skills.
After all, the master should be the one who is most aware of their students' strengths and weaknesses.
But, Master Yenqing, facing you in a duel, do I really stand a chance?
How will we ever find out if you don't even try? Are you only scared because I'm your opponent, Miss March?
Unsheath your swords and get ready, Miss March. The duel starts now.
The final test. I'm a little nervous. Come on, March 7th. You got this.
Oh my. Oh my.
Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what?
Sword, heed me!
Awesome! Shing! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what?
You're all in on it! Punish evil! Out of moves!
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what? Oh, I get it!
Cut through the rents!
Not very sportsmanlike.
I failed.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. You've made it this far, Miss March. You've passed the exam.
Oh!
Congratulations.
Ha! I told you compliments make me better.
With your swordplay skills, you can effortlessly take down IPC Max, March.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident too.
But looking back, haven't you learned something more important than just swordplay?
Yeah, I've not only learned swordplay from masters, but I've also met a bunch of people and gained a lot of insights from my experiences.
Those experiences will nourish your sword skills. It's just like Master Yunli said. Everything can be a sword. And there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in the vast world.
Everything can be a sword.
That actually makes sense. Now, I'd love to hear your suggestions on how to defeat Scott.
Fair and square or...
Yeah, I'll show Scott the power of the Sanjo swordplay that he despises.
I remember Yan Qing once said, there are many ways to defeat villains. But if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. Do you feel any closer to becoming the great hero you've always dreamed of?
Ah, yes, absolutely. The great hero within me is definitely up to the task.
Well, well, if it isn't our hero, March 7th.
I'm not hiding or backing down. You challenged me, and I'm here to accept it. But I'm curious, why pick our room alley of all places? It's packed with tourists around, and it'd be bad if someone got hurt.
Why Alroom Alley? Well, your buddy knows the answer to that. I can't deny it. That fateful day left a mark on me. That's why I chose this place. I want to show all those people who laughed at me that I can stand on my own 2 feet again.
Are you sure about that?
They'll be
Hello,
like,
Division
"What?
Ghost. Welcome to the
That
stream.
Scott is back again? What's he got up to this time? They'll see that I, Scott, who was once
How's your day?
shamed in front of everyone, is back in Alroom Alley to restore his honor. They'll see that it won't be me squealing like a pig today, but you!
Yeah, if that's all a villain did in an immersia, I'd definitely be asking for a refund.
Exactly.
Ah, shut up! Look, I have my principles. I refuse to spend my life haunted by what happened in Alroom Alley. Do you think I'm just some sort of IPC small fry? I've been patient for so long, just waiting for the right moment. I don't care about proving my greatness. It's about showing everyone in Alroom Alley that I will reclaim what was taken from me!
Spare me the lecture.
No, you won't.
I've been keeping an eye on you. Seriously, do you really believe that you, a rookie who's only been learning swordplay for 15 days, can defeat my invincible mechs? Dream on! Enough with the talk! Let's get down to business, boy!
Once you bite the dust, you'll know what I'm capable of. Not very sportsmanlike.
Whoa, whoa. Hey, yo, 1v5. That's good. Boom.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, Bless Card, what's Now watch this! Not very sportsmanlike. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, Bless Card, what's this? not very sportsmanlike. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, watch this! Azure Dragon,
that's not
White
good.
Tiger, less carbs, watch this!
Okay, we survived. We survived!
Ah! You pathetic losers! How did you all lose to that rookie?
Hey, stop blaming others! Didn't you lose to me too?
So, does that mean I have to? No way! This can't be happening!
Ah,
How could
it
a
is
tiny
happening.
piece of scrap metal defeat the IPC's mechs? You guys must have cheated! This doesn't count! I demand a rematch!
Scrap metal, huh? The key to victory is never the weapon. It's the person wielding it! Right. I bet you're quite familiar with them too.
Enough! Fine. I've done this before anyway. I apologize. I want to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl. It's my fault for causing trouble, making a scene on purpose.
I'm just gonna stay
remember
silent.
what you said? What about squealing like a pig?
Make him squeal! Make him squeal!
Hold on a sec. I want to get this on video.
It's happening all over again. All right! But before I squeal like a pig, there's something else I want to say. IPC mechs are a total joke. Oink! Oink, oink. Oink. Oink, oink. Oink.
Oh, Scott. What a terrible day for you. Oh. Okay.
Someone
the first
stopped me
ending.
on the road earlier. They said I was a 1 in a million super talented martial arts genius.
Oh, kena buat balik ke? Oh, wow.
Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out. Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword.
Fun hả? Ipa. Ok.
Let's do this! What do you recommend?
Great!
I learned so much today! I'll fight 10! Wonder what I'll run into today!
Ada jawabon lah. Apa khabar Johnny?
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. Let's do this! How should I go about this? Okie dokie. That's enough training for today. I need...
Today, you'll face your first test. It's all about the basics.
Oh, I know. It's a full float like a butterfly.
That's boxing?
Grasping the basics is crucial to
And parries should be.
See? Even March is getting bored of your rambling.
But I'm actually not bored at all.
Yep, same thing.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Yeah! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, watch this! Yeah! Awesome! Now watch this! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, watch this! Yeah! Not very sportsmanlike. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, watch this! Yeah! Oh, I get it! Looks like I passed the test.
Yep. Keluar kejap.
Start with the good stuff. Compliments make me better, so remember to say lots of nice things. Finally, some recognition for training my butt off.
Yo,
Out, out.
¿qué pasa, mi amigo el pendejo?
Tengah stream. Apa khabar?
¿Qué pasa?
Selamat datang ke stream. Boleh saya bantu anda?
Serio, restart sekejap. Cukup sudah.
Today you like me.
Kita sampai di sini sahaja.
Dream out of sight and...
Ever since March started learning swordplay from Yan Cheng and Yun Li, her voice has been absent on the Express. I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
I'm not a legal guardian. Betul. Apa khabar? Apa cerita Rio? Okay, member hilang. Member hilang gitu je. Baiklah. Dia gue.
You're here! Let me show you a trick. Ah, there you are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found. Nope. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class. Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off. Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me.
Because you're a cat.
So, I can understand where she's coming from. Ah, no need. I asked you to come, so I won't send you away empty-handed. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food. I'm more interested in you today. Let's walk and talk. Lingsha told me there's tasty food in Arum Alley. Let's go there.
Dumplings and steamed buns. The buns are huge.
A table for two, please.
All right, come on in. What would you like?
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
The entire menu?
Do you think it'll be enough?
You worry we won't be able to finish it all. Ah,
Oh, don't worry.
welcome back,
There
Rio.
are two of us.
Apa jadi? Line hilang ke?
Well, then I'll start making a
Okay.
few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Tashiwa mabsuto ribs and zero.
Ah,
Lepas tu sambung ni. Lepas tu sambung ke study. Sebab dia dah habis dah study tadi. So, I grind 4 item.
Thank you. No, I've thought about it. She deserves a day off. Well, to be more precise, I'm interested in your sword.
Hey yo!
Yanqing mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape. So I've always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
Girl, I'm using a baseball bat.
Seriously? A bat? Yeah, now more than ever. So, it really is a baseball bat. Grandpa said that a sword
And
doesn't
don't
have to
give
be
her the
constrained
sword.
by its shape. So, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master. So, your bat actually reflects your habits and nature, you know? Let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Yeah.
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something silly like, rules are made to be broken. I've come across so many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down. Swords are more honest than words. It's much easier to judge a sword than to judge someone's words. So I rarely make mistakes. But just looking at a sword is not enough.
Grandpa
Yeah, that's
always
kinda
says,
mean. Yeah.
words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Miss Yoon Lee, for talented swordmasters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for yourself. But for people like her who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage. It has been a while, Miss Nameless.
And you are?
Thank you for your introduction, Miss Nameless. I'm Shi Kuei, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since this person is an old acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello. Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade
That
System.
guy, what about that guy?
He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Shikui, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the Xianzhou Laofu wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. It's completely different from my homeland. Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling. And then my mission will be complete. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier. Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to see that. It's gonna be for my son Yanqing. What?
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together. I know, right? Thanks to March 7 skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird, but now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
It's still early. Where to now?
There you are. Come on, let's go to the ceremony together.
Okay. Argentine!
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment, my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris. Well, if it isn't my dear friend! Glad to meet you again.
Who is this weirdo? Who is this knight?
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Xianzhou. may I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yun Li.
What a beautiful name! I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yun Li. Didn't expect you to be so well informed. Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners.
That's his new
Come
voice.
on. You
Yeah.
won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially
Kind of
commences,
sad kita
I
tak dapat
want to
dengar suara
express
dia
my
dekat dua update
gratitude
yang
to the
lepas.
Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin and for escorting it here
It's like
safely
Argenti
so that we
sendiri
may
all the time.
complete this ceremony.
Lemau. You mean like, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kifesa to the Xianzhou Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Xianzhou Laofu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland. Mieka Kivesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Guyin. It was forged by Han Guang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Pyrojaya Forge.
Wait, Hangguang?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Guyin, to the Laofu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Laofu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hangguang.
Yun Li! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's last work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now! I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all!
Calm down.
Don't be rude, Yun Li. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yun Li, please, go for now. This is exactly why I didn't want Yun Li to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yun Li for me?
Yes, sir. You know what? Go with option 2.
Don't worry about it. I need your help on this. I apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
Huh.
Did Grandpa send you to look for me?
Yeah.
I bet he did. Really? Thank you. Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me. You do have some skill. But now is not a good time to try to stop me. Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one. I guess that's what it means, literally. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill. Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength. I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story. While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk. Soon enough, it will no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts. I wonder if you've ever heard of a creature called a heliobus. It loves to feed on human emotions and memories, and excels at manipulating its hosts. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with heliobi, as he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made. I know, I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas? Looks like they're not going to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission. It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years. I have to go now.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword? Maybe I should keep an eye on her. The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
Oh. Ya, di situ.
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship Commission. Do you know her?
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
Yeah, she wasn't big at all. But that weapon of hers was pretty intimidating.
She was in a hurry, heading straight for the Artisanship Commission, and I didn't want to ask too many questions.
She said something like, "I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff?" I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions? What if she's planning to steal something?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
Okay. Ke sana. Sebelum tu, dia pull jendo ke nanti? Tak tahu. Tak tahu nak pull ke tak. Tapi kawan anjing kita Rio mungkin akan pull.
Pull siapa?
Jendo. Jendo.
Wajib.
Tengok.
Jendo itu wajib.
Jendo yang ambil, please pull. Yes, I will. Kalau dapat lah.
Ada 5 star.
Ha?
Ada 5 star dah.
Aku ada 2.
If I get into trouble, it's my problem.
Grace dengan Nekomata.
Okay. So kau pull untuk Tessa.
Fine. Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Don't get complacent.
Ill fate descend.
Lower your weapon.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Eternal sleep is not the end.
May the dead return.
The dead return!
Free will, or was it fate on the still waters of oblivion?
I'll see you.
Ill tidings manifest.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out. This place is heavily guarded. But there's nothing but arumatons. Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
Of course.
You have a kind soul, but if you want to stop me, you'll have to prove yourself. You probably think I'm being impulsive and unreasonable, right? No, really. Do I come across that way? Well, I guess I can't deny it. Seems like you've met a lot of people who don't tell you the whole story. Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break. I already told you about Guyun. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you. Honestly, I don't remember much about him. All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing. I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others. The swords crafted by the Pyrogyre Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility. With these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace. However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar. Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires.
Holy.
And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged. It was so sudden and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre Forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony. My tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air, until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Han Guang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs. When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them, and Guyun will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the Heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants. I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword. Those travelers who came seeking Hongguang's swords all came in the name of justice and honor. Most of those so-called great heroes were heartless killers. They are only called heroes because they won. Many of the cursed swords I've destroyed had honorable and grand names, too. A legendary sword and a butcher's knife are often just different ways of describing the same thing. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyun until he gives me his reasons. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum and tell General Huayan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Hello, Lucia. Welcome to the stream. Selamat datang. Perisai batu. Bantu Syah ni. Bantu apa?
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she?
I think she does.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Han Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Zhu-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts. So, By infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only
Saya akan
gain strength,
berpuff karena mau men-startkan stream dulu ya.
malice,
Oh baik.
turning them into puppets possessed by the swords.
Dengan itu dia
No matter how noble
pemecah
Hanguang's intentions
Sadaqallahul
were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge. Yun-Li managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day. Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow.
Annie, thank you for the candy cane.
She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack. And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after? Hu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Han Guang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material, and Han Guang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost. I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved. Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
Totally.
I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
We find our way, we find our way. Hands up.
All right, everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yoon Lee, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
Now is not the time to use your reputation like that. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, Official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yoon Lee is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
Just stay
In
quiet.
this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yoon Lee is the main suspect. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yoon Lee openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed Arumatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
If March 7th were here, she'd probably jinx it and accidentally reveal who the thief was.
The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing, but none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
Well, I do know about the box and the cursed sword.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword. Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship Commission. You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home. So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Lawfu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right? So, did you steal it?
Oh, I didn't.
Then stop joking around.
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so she couldn't have stolen the sword.
Put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yoon Lee.
Fair enough.
So,
I didn't steal the sword.
well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. If you want to prove me wrong, you'd better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yoon Lee clear her name. Did we miss any clues?
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. Let's do this his way and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away. Well, don't blame me if I find it first and melt it down. There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword but leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to? I mean, carrying around the sword like that would be pretty conspicuous. Wouldn't a thief prefer to take the case as well?
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious arumatons were smashed!
Ah, okay. Nothing from him.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock?
Ah, the petal of the two roses.
Why is this flower petal inside the case?
We already know who took it. We know who took it.
Yun Li says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yun Li can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yun Li yesterday, young lady, so you have the best chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me? After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored. No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now. I'm counting on you, then.
If you've found any clues, feel free to tell everyone. All right.
What's the last one? Oh.
Who could have thought that the Miekaki vesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission, and now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting. That's enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Miekaki vesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies. What is, Helio? What? Never mind. The point is that the Mieka Kivesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Okay.
If you've found any clues.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Daw how.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off. Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yoon Lee. Miss Yoon Lee caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission trying to take away Guyun, but you stopped her in her tracks. After bidding farewell to you, Yoon Lee pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun. We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh. I must have missed it during the search. Why was there a petal inside the case?
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
As again, not me.
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword. Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship. The one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find
What happened?
Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
Argenti is wanted criminal now. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. She's not. Nah.
It's still early. Where to now?
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Success.
It's about the third sword.
Quite a different experience looking down on Starskip Haven from this angle.
Hold up. Nanti aja try my agility damage. Do they have to make a DMC reference here?
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
Do they have to make a DMC reference here?
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyun, right? Hand it over. You have no idea how
The
dangerous
storm
the cursed
is
sword
approaching.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon. Yes, I did. As a driller's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty.
That did the
and
chair
I abhor
and the wall.
theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyon and uphold my knightly oath.
What? What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyon in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsmen, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me.
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyon that impressed me, so I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyon's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword. The solution is right in your hand.
Captivated? No, I am touched by Master Guyon's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyon away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you.
Represented?
I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of a driller of beauty, that I will represent Master Guyon in this duel. If I win, you will allow Master Guyon to leave the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyon over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords. Show me what you've got. You're not going to use Guyon to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
Ah, I love this music.
You're a real weirdo.
Ill tidings manifest. Lance at the ready.
So it's true he got possessed. I'm confused. I don't know.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Memories are ever. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Rise to the challenge.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Confess! Put forth all your might. Bloom.
Destiny's hand
Eternal
has truly
sleep
blessed
is not
me.
the end. The dead return!
What do you want to know? Ill fate descends.
Nothing major. I'll see you off. Rise to the challenge. Behold, this symbol of purity.
Again. Destiny is ill tidings manifest.
I'm on guard. I weep for the departed.
Ding, ding, ding.
It too shall fall.
Confess! I underestimated you.
Memories are ever changed. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Eternal sleep. The dead return!
Free will on the still waters of oblivion. What do you...
Ill fate descends.
Pong.
Bear witness to honor.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Rise to the challenge.
Mind your manners.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Destiny.
Ill tidings manifest. Retribution will find you.
Bloom.
Destiny's hand
Hey.
has truly blessed me.
Another journey begins. Destiny for oblivion.
Lance at the ready.
Rise to the challenge.
I'll see you.
Put forth all your might.
Again.
What do you want to know? Ill fate descends. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Rise to the challenge.
On the still waters of
To the
oblivion.
challenge.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Rise
Eternal
to the
sleep.
challenge. The dead return. Behold, this symbol of pure. You're fighting a gentleman.
I'm sorry. Dia sebut agenti ke gentle?
Ill tidings manifest.
Confess. Put forth all your might.
Receive divinity.
Hey. Oh.
I'm on guard.
Rise to the challenge. The dead return.
Arsenal.
Retribution will find you.
How familiar. Destiny for oblivion.
For chivalry. I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, Knight.
But...
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone. I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape. After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Fine. Show me your past.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Is this your memory?
Kenapa kita dekat year 6?
It It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and wolf troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here. But it seems like that Borisan pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyan, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here, and nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight. Stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisan. Just the two of us.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
I'm alive. But all the young people in the village...
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisan. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisan. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in, they just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their Beastmasters. You beheaded one of the Beastmasters for their sake, but they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisan taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death. The Borisan cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely. I remember everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave, fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance. The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long. And there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness. but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my children. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat that last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding. I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. You left me there without ever looking back.
Thank you, my old friend.
Oh.
Heliobi can taste human emotions.
Oh.
How do my emotions taste? My old friend.
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear?
He got Maharashtra.
Even
Yeah.
though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me. I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home. During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyan on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yun Li is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating. Yun Li, I trust Guyan's experiences have changed your mind.
That's why Grandpa hid it from me. So I wouldn't make a hasty decision. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yun Li's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword.
Exactly.
I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You were no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains. I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyen, and transform you into something different.
Something different.
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out... Please, say something, General Huayan.
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about this, Yunli?
What do you all think?
Fulfilling Master Guyen's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyen into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the Luofu?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this, but at least Guyen got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyen is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Let's go.
Oh, General Huayan. What brings you here?
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
I come from a long line of Kalevalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument. So I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.
Hey, habis. Udah habis. Alright. Wanna try our luck? Ikuzo! Mommy! Okay, yang cuma tinggal buat event. Berapa PT kau?
It's still early. Where to now?
Sekejap. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ya, betul ke 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, just need to do this event. Well, I guess we don't need to stream this because it's going to be the same thing if we choose the different story. So yeah, gonna end the stream here. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and thank you for dropping by, and see you next time in another stream. So bye bye, eaters, my eaters, join. Yeet.